What young guy right now is looking good to you?
Not including John Holland?
Yeah.
Would he be a young guy? I would say B.J. Bailey. He's made significant strides over the past few weeks because of all the illnesses and the injuries, and he's starting to really come along. He's starting to feel a little bit more confident. He's in a tough situation. He's the only freshman on a team with 8 seniors. That's a tough spot to be in, and he's got to grow up fast. And I think over the last few weeks he has. He had one of his best practices yesterday. So I look for some good minutes out of him.
What's the first conversation you had with some of your players when you initially got hired as coach? What's the first thing you might have said to Corey Lowe or some of the older guys on the team that had played under Coach Wolf for so many years?
What I said to them is I sat them down as a group, and I just said, hey, I didn't recruit you. You didn't come here for me. Came here for the education. Came here for Coach Wolf, and there's nothing wrong with that. But let's meet in the middle. Let's figure some things out. So we went about it the way of I had breakfast, lunch, or dinner with either one or two of them. I took all the seniors out one time. We sat down. We had to get to know each other. We had to build a relationship. They had to trust me within a very short span of time. And that continues to go on now. But I know what their goals are. I know what they want out of this experience. We've had those discussions. And I'm just trying to guide them. They have to take ownership of the team, though. That's what I keep telling them. Here are the keys. This is your team. You've been here a lot longer than I have. You've been through the league a lot more than I have. Here are the keys. You take ownership of this team. I'll guide you. I'll be the captain of the ship. I'm going to guide you. And then when you stray, I'll pull you back in. But this is your team. Now you have to lead us. As you go, we go. And I think they've bought into it, and they want to make it happen. They want to do the things I'm asking because they've never done it. And coming from where I came from, going to a Final Four and the Sweet 16s and the Elite Eights, they believe that, hey, this guy knows how to get there. Let's listen. Let's see what he's got to offer.
Have any players remarked to you on whether the team dynamic is different from this year as to last, as far as chemistry or under you or as opposed to Coach Wolf?
Not really. We're just two different coaches. Coach obviously has done a great job for 15 years. He's has a great record here. He's done a great job. I just do things differently. Coming from the model that I come from, being a little bit more energetic, a little bit more outgoing, a little bit more Jay Wright-esque, to use a term. It's just different. That's all. And we just might use different terminology. We might use different buzzwords. But I think ultimately the goal is the same.
So what's the key for the team to get off on the right foot next week for the first couple of games?
With some minor setbacks that we've had, I think we just got to get playing hard. If we can get playing hard, good things will happen. If we can't reach that level or that goal of playing hard, it's gonna be difficult early on in the season. At Iona, GW at Aganis, in San Juan. We got a tough non-conference schedule. We come back, Northeastern right away, who's got a very good team. Harvard, who's got a very good team. So there's no rest for the weary here. Nobody feels sorry for us. Nobody cares about our injuries. Nobody cares about our sicknesses. They don't care about our illnesses. We just got to come out, know that, play as hard as we can, let the chips fall. And I tell you what, if we play hard for 40 minutes, I have a good feeling we'll win a lot of these games.
You mentioned the non-conference schedule. Why do you think it's so tough, Mr. Grant?
I just think going on the road often, early on, having GW here who needs to win this year. Let's just be honest. They need to win, and Carl's a great coach, and he's going to do a great job. So I know the urgency that they're going to come in with. And then going to San Juan and playing the caliber of teams that we're going to play there, it's going to teach us a lot about ourselves. And we're going to know a lot about ourselves early on and right away. And how are we going to bounce back from certain situations? How are we going to bounce back from adversity? How are we going to handle that? In the years past, maybe we put our heads down. Maybe we would lose a couple in a row. Well, this year, as long as we can compete and prepare ourselves for the America East, I think that's what we got to get out of this non-conference.
Is there a player who, maybe not at Corey Lowe, not at John Holland, who has really impressed you during practice and could be a breakout player of sorts during the season?
I would say Jake. Jake's coming along. I've asked him to do more than just shoot threes. I've asked him to get down low. I've asked him to attack the rim. I've asked him to dunk on people. I've asked him to finish hard. I've asked him to get to the foul line. And I've asked him to be our best rebounder. And that's a great challenge. That's a great challenge for anybody of his skill and his frame to want to take on all those challenges for me. And he's trying. And he's trying hard every day. We have a thing called the Attitude Club, and I challenge him every day to be in the top 5. And Attitude Club is basically doing all the little things that you guys might not report, that you guys might not talk about. And if he could score and do all the little things, we got a heck of a player.
Has it been difficult implementing a new offense?
Not really, because I think the offense is simple, and I haven't given them 50 sets. I've given them maybe 4 basic sets and what the reads could be out of each set. Again, if we defend and rebound, we're going to push the ball. We have a great secondary break that leads into a trail ball screen that will create opportunities for everyone. For Corey, for Tyler, for Carlos, for Jake. Everyone will be able to get a touch. Everybody will be able to get their shots. And I think that's what's important, especially if you're going to ask them to defend and rebound as hard as I'm asking.
Are you switching to more of a rotation type team or sticking with the big guns that we had last year?
When you say rotation, as far as substitution?
Yes, of course.
Basically, I've asked them to play to exhaustion. And whoever plays to exhaustion, put up a fist, and we're going to get you out of the game. So the rotation right now that's the way we're going to go. I want to see these guys play hard as they can for 4 minutes before that media timeout. And if somebody plays as hard as they can to exhaustion and puts up a fist before then, that might dictate our rotation a little bit. But in the back of my head, obviously who might put up that fist before other guys. But as we get them in better shape and they condition a little bit more, it could change.